Hey everybody, this is Dr. J.C. Dornick, and this is another installment of a show called Out of the Way. I myself am somebody that got out of my way about 10, 11 years ago, and everything's been wonderful since. And the whole idea of this is to interview and meet real life people from all different varieties of professions and walks of life that in effect are getting out of their own way, thus allowing other people to have what they want and get healthy specifically in America. So I'm very, very honored today to have a very special guest, somebody that I've become very, very good friends with, and that is Janet Blum. Hello, Janet. How are you?
Good. Hi. How are you?
So, Janet, we have a very specific flow because the people that listen, they don't have a lot of time. In fact, they might have already given up. So we have a flow and we have rules, and I've told them about you. I'm going to ask you just some specific questions, and I just want you to answer them. And the rule is you're not allowed to spend more than 2 minutes on any answer because sometimes we get carried away. So first of all, my first question is if you could introduce yourself. So the question is who are you and what is your profession?
Okay, well, my name is Janet Blum, and I'm a registered dietitian. I've been a dietitian for over 30 years. I also have a master's in health education, and I was a certified diabetes educator, and that's me. That's who I am.
So what you're saying is you know a couple things about nutrition.
Got all the certifications.
It's amazing. Great. Well, that didn't take 2 minutes at all. So my next question is, how did you come to find the business and idea of health coaching, and what need did it fill in your life at the time that you found it?
Okay, well, a colleague of mine who was also a friend of mine was a dietitian, and she actually introduced me to the program and the health coaching program, and I took a look at it. And at the time, I was not having great success with my patients with regards to weight loss. I had all the information, but the success rate was really low. So I took a close look at the program, and what I loved about it was that it was just so comprehensive and structured, and I thought, this might be something that will help my patients get more success. And so I actually went on the program myself just to check it out first before I decided to coach. Fell in love with it. Felt awesome. I wasn't overweight, but I did lose 14 pounds, kind of just took things to the next level. And I began coaching the program. It filled a need for me in so many ways. It filled a need in terms of practicing and just to have a structured program that I actually knew people could follow, and that I actually knew that they would get results because it speaks for itself. But it ended up filling way more of a need for myself in my life personally.
Okay. And you mentioned something before about how as a nutritionist, a dietitian, you had all the information, you knew about all the books, you had your degree, but when it came time to actually getting results, you didn't really have a structure and a program that actually yielded results to your liking.
Yeah, because one of the things is the support. I mean, when you're working in a practice as a dietitian, you can set someone up on a great plan, but they walk out of there and maybe they come back in a week, maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe something comes up and you can't see them for 3 or 4 weeks. So you don't have that continuity in care, where with health coaching, you're only a phone call away, and I think that support is such a huge piece of it. So that's number one. Number two, our structured eating plan is so simple, and people can actually see and feel results within a week that they're excited to continue. Where normally, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to follow a program 7 days a week, and people end up getting a little frustrated when they're trying, and they might lose a pound or two a month, and they don't even normally last that long because they aren't getting that positive feedback.
Great. So next question, and you're doing great. Thanks so much. How has your health coaching business changed your profession? I know that you've had a dramatic change in your profession, and also how's it changed your personal life?
Well, That would take a lot more than 2 minutes, so I'm going to give you the brief version.
Now 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Okay. So I fell in love with health coaching. I fell in love with the fact that I was actually able to get results with people. I became a dietitian because I wanted to help people, and I was really into health, and I wanted to share health. I got a little disillusioned with my field because I wasn't getting that from it. So once I started health coaching and fell in love with it and was able to really help transform people's health, it wasn't just about what they ate and the number on the scale. After about less than a year and a half, I ended up leaving my my job as a dietitian and became, a full-time health coach. And the passion that I get from it every day, from the business, it's filled my heart. Personally as well, I mean, finances were a huge stress in my life, and I wasn't really going to be able to make a change as a dietitian. My income has completely, changed with this business. I have control over how much I earn. I never had any control before. And, we do have a whole healthy mind piece, which has changed my life. I feel like I found a program that not only helped me to help other people, but it has helped me tremendously as well.
Perfect. All right, well, moving on to the next question so we don't lose anybody's attention span here. So try to be quick on this one and just real straight to the point. How, as a nutritionist or a dietitian, how did you integrate that into your life? Because I remember you told me that you had the information, but you didn't have the structure. Or did you just drop that and leave?
I offered the program where I worked. I worked with a population that used food stamps, and it was difficult to actually implement this program completely with the population I worked with, but I was able to share with employees and my friends and family and just people in my life. And so I was able to help people in my practice, but again, it was an unusual situation. I was still able to teach the parameters of the program to those clients and assist them that way too.
Right. And that was probably frustrating to work with a population that couldn't really afford what you were telling them to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Last question. Would you, as a dietitian, as a health coach, as a human being, but mainly as a dietitian, would you recommend the idea of becoming a health coach to another person in your profession, no matter how they practice and why?
I absolutely would, because I think as a dietitian, we want to teach healthy eating, but we also want to get people to a healthy place. And I think the tool of this program can accomplish getting people to that healthy place, and then we can continue to move on and optimize their nutrition, which is really what we're all about. Well,
there you have it, folks. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for playing.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for doing it in a timely manner. There's another edition. This was a beautiful example of somebody that's gotten out of their own way, because you can imagine the concepts that Janet used to have about being a dietitian and what was the right way to do things. She got out of her way so that others can get what they want and so they can get healthy. So thank you so much, Janet, and stay tuned for the next installment of Out of Your Way.